Hi, I'm Les Shaw.
I'm Deb Cormier.
This week we're going to take an interesting look at something known as databases. You know, every now and then there are times where you look at your life mate and you look and you say, what did I get myself into? But there are other times where you look at your life mate and you say, I am just so proud of you. And this is one of those times, okay? Oh. One of those proud moment times, right?
Yeah.
And the reason I say that is Deb came to me recently after working with a client and said, I want to learn more about databases. And that was where the pride kind of blossomed for me. The reason I say that is probably for the last 18 years or so of my career, I've worked in and out with databases on a regular basis. I've seen the growth of databases from an old package called DBase, which was made by a company called Ashton & Tate, and I've used DBase 1, DBase 2, DBase 3, DBase 4. Once it hit DBase 3, DBase 3 was actually quite a good program. Once it hit DBase 4, everything kind of went downhill.
You're old.
Yeah, I'm old. You probably don't know anything that I'm talking about.
You're old.
But what we're going to do today is I'm going to teach you and hopefully teach Deb a little bit about what a database application can do for you in your business and in your home. Okay? Now, when we look at different Office applications, and I say that as covering all the different packages, not an individual package, when I talk about all the different software packages out there, you've got your word processor, okay? Your word processor can be WordPerfect, it can be Microsoft Word, it could be OpenOffice, the free one. So that's your word processor. That's to write letters, write resumes, newsletters, those types of things. Could be WordPad, okay? Yep. Then you go to your next Office application. They've all kind of been bundled together. They weren't originally, they were separate. Yeah. Then you're talking about your spreadsheet applications. Your spreadsheet applications are more for financial data, or they once were.
For listing.
Nowadays, yeah, for lists, for big lists. Now you can do a lot of extra stuff in a spreadsheet. Let me launch a spreadsheet program here. I believe I have Office installed on this machine.
I don't remember.
Oh my, I don't.
You failed.
I failed. How did I not have Office on this computer?
You failed. See? Okay. Slacking, lying on the couch, playing Xbox games.
And that's where the pride of your life mate kind of kicks in, right? Okay. Okay, so continuing on. Okay, so spreadsheets are lists and columns, okay? Right. So again, lists and columns that you can use to hold financial data, and if you had a big spreadsheet on there that had all your budget on there, you can go in and key in one number, okay? So that one number can be keyed in at any point, and that's the way it'll do it. Okay? Now, if I take a look at...
Are we on databases yet?
We're on databases. Okay, so the last one would be, say, like PowerPoint or a presentation package, and then we move into databases. Okay, databases, tomatoes. Okay, so what a database is think of it like a whole bunch of spreadsheets. And each spreadsheet or table within a database holds different information about one common goal.
Okay. And can they talk to each other?
They can. These tables, these bunch of tables that are set up, can actually be set up in what we call a relationship. And I'm going to actually create one. And what we're going to use is a program that we've just recently come to know that we're probably going to continue the review on for the next show. Okay, we want to bring it up again.
Yeah, because it's a big package. It can do a lot of stuff.
It's a program that we've come across. Now, I mentioned on one of the previous shows because we had a viewer. Can I get you to hold that, Deb?
Sure.
For some reason, I'm not always the steadiest person to hold stuff to the camera.
No, you are not. You fired around.
But we recently had a lady ask us about a program called FileMaker.
Right.
It kind of kicked into my head that I haven't heard about that software package for a long time. In fact, I even said so. I said,
and
you know.
And she had asked about, I think, FileMaker Pro 4.
Yes, about FileMaker.
Yeah.
And what FileMaker is a program that specifically really, you know, its main goal is a database application. And I still have to make sure I complete what a database is.
Right.
A database is a file that contains many different spreadsheets that hold different information about the same thing.
Okay, so then what is a prime example that I would use a database for instead of an Excel sheet?
Well, let's say you wanted to keep a birthday list, recipes, okay? You could have recipes. So let's create a recipe. We're going to create one with FileMaker Pro. So easy. I mean, I've just kind of looked at the new software package. It's been a long time since I've looked at this software. And I mean, this version is amazing. So right now what we are is we're on the startup screen for FileMaker Pro. I'm actually going to note here that there are a lot of built-in templates that come with this automatically.
Now, if I was to use one of those built-in templates and say there was a field that I needed and it wasn't there, could I put it in?
You can.
Okay.
You can actually open up these templates and customize them to your own. Now, also to mention that there are other templates that are available online. So if you find that you're using this package, now you can actually go to www.filemaker.com and download a 30-day trial.
Yeah, and it's full. Everything's
full.
there.
It'll give you a really good heads up. Why would you want to do this? Well, one, if you're looking at creating your own customer service system for your company, for small business, good program to do that. Allows you to change on the fly. Okay. Now we said we're going to do something about home, so I'm going to go.
You can put logos and pictures and everything in this, right?
I mean, there's home budgets, family medical records, event management, email campaign management. I thought I'd look at that one, but you know the hard part about that is I don't want to be a spammer. So I don't want to send you information that you haven't already requested from me. And then even if I do, you get tired of it after a while. Newsletters I wanted 3 weeks ago, I don't want now.
They would get tired of you?
People get tired of me quick. Okay, don't get tired of me right now though.
Figure.
Here's what we're looking at. We're going to click on recipes. Recipes will do. Okay.
You're a big cook.
I'm a big cook. I did. I ordered this thing off TV that lets me cook noodles.
Oh, you know what? Don't even go there. Don't even.
It was terrible. Okay.
Yeah.
It was a bad thing.
What were you thinking?
I was thinking I'd have good noodles. That's what it told me.
Go away.
Okay. So what I did with the FileMaker Pro program is I launched the program, I went into it, and I selected from a template that I want a database for my recipes. And what it did is it came up with...
An error?
No, well, the error is I clicked in the wrong place. It came up with...
Go ahead.
Okay. It came up with a template for me to add my recipes. So, and it's really straightforward to use. The hard part about this thing is it's all in white. Can I change that? Can I change my background color?
I'm not sure if you can or not.
I know I can. I know I can.
I don't think that you're in editing mode.
Because we're in white. Now, hopefully it shows up over here a bit better. But it's hard to show there. But okay, I'm going to go to title. Whoops. I have to click on new.
Yes, you don't have a record.
This will be Les's Noodles. All right? I'm going to, this is this recipe. And when we do the recipe, okay, I was looking at the time.
You're thinking about noodles, aren't you?
No, I was looking at the producer.
Hungry.
I didn't know if we had 1 minute or 1 second. And I'm thinking, are we going?
Go ahead.
Okay, all right, so Les's Noodles. Where do we put Les's Noodles? Under what category? It even has the categories filled in. It's a drop-down box. Makes life easy, right? So when I'm looking now for recipes, I can filter that on...
Pasta.
I would be under pasta. And there is a pasta category.
There you go.
So I click on pasta, and you'll notice now in the top corner it says pasta. I can click on serving size. So serving size would be lots.
Lots.
Okay. And then ingredients. Water, noodles, done. How's that for a recipe? You boil waters of noodles, and then you're done. When we come back, we'll talk about more than just a recipe database.
You stay the heck out of the kitchen.
Determine what you want, discover yourself, and clear your blocked energy. Host Moira Sutton interviews experts offering you tips on how to break through. Success Breakthroughs, Tuesdays at 4 only on Rogers Television.
With escalating gas prices, maintenance, and repairs, cars can be a major monthly expenditure. On Auto Talk, we show you how to save money and get the most mileage from your vehicle. Auto Talk, only on Rogers Television.
As members of CHAMP, we've had a close bond with the war amputees ever since we were kids.
We've learned about Canada's military heritage
from those who are actually there.
Now we can pass on their message through presentations, videos, and our own website.
Operation Legacy isn't just about remembering.
It's commemoration with a message.
That message? Never again.
It was our war. It is their legacy.
Hey there, it's me, your TV. You know, I was thinking, who decides when prime time is? These guys? The reality? When you walk in the house at 6:13, when the kids go down at 9:38, that's prime time. Get a personal TV PVR, store up to 50 hours of your favorite shows, watch what you want when you want. And as for these guys, time's up.
And we're back again.
Is dinner ready yet?
It's almost ready. I'm going to tell you how to make it. This is Les Shaw's noodles. Okay?
Yes.
Now, what I did was, when you were away, you'll notice that also in this program, if I click on toggle screen size, it makes it easier on my eyes. Great for recipe sides, right? And again, I mean, this program is so much more than just recipes, but we're looking at a simplified database. And when we were talking before, if I go back to the main screen where we've got it here, right? So I'm looking actually at the main screen, I'll full screen it. This drop-down table, this table that you drop down where you select what category your recipe stayed in, that's a table. So that's kind of like another little database, okay, in this large group of things. So when you drop down that and you put it into pasta, it means that I can now do a filter on everything that has the name Les in it under pasta.
So basically anything that has more than one option is another table?
Another table.
Okay.
And what it means is, and the essence of this, is that you have something called a record. In Excel, when you go across the line, it's actually called a line or a row. In a database, it's called a record. And what you do is you try and keep the least amount of data in certain records, and you can have multiple records. So again, Les's noodles would be one record in a database table, okay? And then pasta and all this stuff that's in the drop down underneath here, cakes, candies, cookies, would be in another table, and they'd just be linked. How did I lose you? I hope I didn't lose you.
Yummy.
Let me show how this
okay,
works.
I'm back.
All right, so I don't want to lose you on this,
but you're talking about food.
I'm talking about...
We haven't eaten yet.
Okay, so you would go into here, and again, the neat thing about it is that within different records, there's different fields. So there'd be a field for last name, first name, phone number. That's how it breaks up across.
Okay.
And then you would have like a Cardex system.
Now this one, you can even put a photograph. And
you can add photos to it.
So
and
like really for family history, you could use it for a family history.
That happened a while ago, that you were able to actually pull photos in and sound into a record in a table or quote a database.
I noticed that when you were using it too.
And so this instruction field here would be kind of considered a memo field.
Right. But this software here, like you can change colors, you can put
boil, water,
all kinds of stuff. You can put in logos, and just it's really highly customizable.
Well, exactly. I mean, I'm looking at a very simple database, and I'm keying into the memo field now. So let's just key in my directions for Les's noodles, okay? So the ingredients are water noodles done, okay? Boil water, call Deb in to kitchen to be sure water is boiling.
Because you can't tell.
No, I can't. Okay. Insert noodles. Insert. I could be a cook, right?
No.
But what I'm doing now is I'm keying this. Why would this be useful at all? Well, one, the recipe section of it, though it is a simplified database that you can use to kind of get a gist of how to create databases, and we will create one here. It's also a benefit, you know, to keep a recipe book so you can pass it down through your generations.
Yeah, or other records. It doesn't have to be recipes.
If my family did that, then I wouldn't be cooking noodles. right? All right.
I don't know, would you?
So we looked at how to create
Not
that
like you
kind of
do
database.
anyway.
I'm actually going to go File, New Database. And it's going to bring me back to the original screen. This software package is great for that. Now, this allows you to keep all kinds, because there's actually templates in here that have purchase orders, time and billing, contacts.
Right.
Let's go down and we'll take a look at education. I didn't realize that the software was very oriented towards teachers and people in the educational field. There's a drop down here for educational events that allow you to create database for event management. And it actually doesn't have to be just for teachers.
Yeah.
The other thing about this FileMaker software is you can go out and create your own. So I'm going to create an empty file. And I'll click on OK, and I'll click on
So
Save.
you're now making one from scratch.
I'm making one from scratch. I'm starting at the bare roots, the bare minimum, the basic entry of the amoeba.
Okay.
Okay? No fields in this one, okay?
You're so scientific.
I really like the way it defines and lays out tables, databases, and relationships on how to tie these things together. Now, I don't want to lose you at all here, and I'm worried that I've already started to put people off on the wrong path, but especially when your producer yawns. You know your content's going downhill when your producer yawns.
Okay, starts yawning.
I'm going to fields. I'm going to create a table here. I'm going to say last name. Whenever you're creating a database that has names in it and so forth, some of the programmer rules are you're supposed to break up last name and first name.
Yeah.
The reason being, if you ever want to sort by one, it's easier to sort like first name or last name. Okay?
Sure.
It's going to be a text field. I'm going to go create. I've now created my first field in FileMaker Pro on the system, and I'm pretty excited about that.
Okay.
Now, if I go here, and I can change that too. See, if I go here, I can change it. Delete it.
You made a boo-boo.
I made a boo-boo. All right, so I'm going to make a quick database here.
Speaking of boo-boos, it has built-in spell check.
It does. And I just have a habit for some reason. I'm having sticky finger on the shift key. You know when you want cap locks?
Yeah, it's called dyslexia.
Too.
Yeah.
All right, so create last name. Create first name. I'm getting somewhere with this.
Are we having fun?
Yeah. In fact, name. And I'm going to click. I'm trying to I got my head over here because this is what we're looking at. We're on the computer now, right? I'm actually feeding that information when they're editing this. So click on create. And now I'm going to click on picture. I'm creating another field. Now I can go on and on and on and create a field that would have all the information about certain contacts. I'm creating a contact database or a table now. And now if I go to my relationship, you'll see it's got this relationship section.
What does that do?
A relationship allows you to have more information. Like right now I have a table here, and that is last name, first name, picture. I could have a customer number here that would now tie into another table that would be every single order that you did.
So like a customer history?
Let's do that. Oh, I'm so excited. Let's create a new table.
Let's do that.
Why did that not work? Oh, I got to type in a new name. We'll call it orders, okay? I want to do this before we run out of time. I now have two tables in my database. Okay. And if I go to fields...
One being the customer information.
Yes.
And the second one being?
All the orders they've ever done.
Okay.
History, yes.
Okay.
So basically, I mean, you hit it on the head. How do I explain databases to people that are just kind of wanting to know?
Right.
It's the ability to have one record, which is you. You're a record, okay? I got your name, Deb. I got your last name, Cormier. Too many records, which are all the times you've ordered stuff from me, right? How many times have you said, Les, cook me your noodles? Every time you've done that will be in my new database here called Les's Noodles Customers Database. So okay, so come on, okay. You don't want to tell those people that stuff. All right, so I'm going to say order noodles.
Okay.
All right. The benefit of this now is that if I go back to my previous table and I also create a good number in here, so I'm going to put a number. Are you watching what I'm doing? You're looking at me.
I'm paying attention. I am paying attention.
So cuss, and also it's going to be a number. We want to make this a number. And I'm going to go to the other table. I want to save this. I'm going to go to orders. This is where all my noodle orders are.
Okay.
All right.
People are ordering these things off you. Okay.
It's a whole, and I want to make sure that's a number. There's going to be a reason to my madness. I know
Noodle mania.
Create, and I'll click on change. Done. Now here's my relationship. Now let's look at the relationship. Okay. I've got two. I've got orders, my noodle orders.
Yes.
And I've got you, or I've got my clients, because there's many people that like my noodles, not just you. So what I do now is I have to create a relationship between the table that has all of your name in there and your address, where I send the noodles to and stuff like that. So I create a relationship just by dragging this over.
Oh, wow.
To customer over here.
That's pretty neat.
It is.
That's definitely neat.
So the best way to explain why you would need a table or a database is when you have all the information about who you are, Deb. You don't want to repeat that every time you order my noodles.
But you need to link information.
Exactly. So we can have a one-to-many relationship, which means Deb can have many noodles.
Pass me the noodles.
As the population grew, new boundaries were made. The township received a new name that was to commemorate the men who fought on the HMS Ajax during World War II. Even the streets in Ajax tell a story of this city's heritage. The main North-South Avenue was named after Admiral Henry Harwood. At the time, he was a Commodore and the commander of the British flotilla at the Battle of the River Plate. His headquarters ship was the HMS Ajax, and so it was decided this main street be named in his honor. The ship's captain, Admiral Charles Woodhouse, has a crescent bearing his name, while Perry Road is named after the captain of the HMS Achilles, showing all visitors that a proud history fills the streets in the Ajax community.
Hi, I'm Linda Leatherdale. Join me every week on Moneyline, where my financial experts will help you make money and keep it. So stay tuned to Moneyline on Rogers Television.
Local Matters on Rogers Television, Durham Region.
We're back again. So
we're back.
Before we were left, we were talking about my new blossoming noodle business. Yes. And the reason being is that I was watching an info commercial one day and I saw some guy selling me something that you put the noodles in, you pour the hot water in, you put a lid on it, you wrap a sweater around the vase, and it's supposed to have wonderful noodles. It don't work. I have it and it don't work.
Go figure.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. Okay,
go figure.
Back to noodles. Okay, so now, what we're looking at before we left, we were talking about databases and setting up a relationship on a database, which allows you to have a lot of information on one record and then less information on many records, which could be how many orders you've done, or it could be the listing of an inventory item and then a whole bunch of listings of how many times that inventory item has been sold.
That actually, when you say inventory, that is a perfect use for a database.
It is.
A whole inventory for your insurance company.
Accounting package, everything is built in. Now, this software takes things to a whole new background or a whole new step forward, because as I talked about, it's been a while since I've actually worked in the database field. I've worked a lot with Microsoft Access databases for applications that have been already built, but for a program for someone to get into right away,
yes. Definitely.
You know, I got to say that I've worked with many database programs, DOS-based oriented, Windows-bases, but I found that, so I loaded this, I ran it, I built with it.
There is one feature in here that's pretty neat, which is the remote feature.
The new template I created called Les Shaw's
No,
Noodles.
the remote feature.
Yes.
What it allows you to do is, if you've got, it's more geared for business people. And if you've got, say, traveling salesmen, And they travel with laptops.
Yes.
As long as they have an internet connection, they can actually, when they go to open a database,
yes,
there will be a remote option.
Yeah, it has. I mean, it has a lot of features that we're just not going to be able to hit in one show.
But you can actually access the database at the office from
VPN
home or
built in.
Hotel or
It has the ability for you to run the application. Okay, where would this fit wonderfully? Actually, it would fit wonderfully for a few people that I know that do things like manage people, projects, assets, and much more.
Sales.
Outside sales. Great for kind of like a flower organization. We know one.
Yes, we do.
Great for a doctor to keep track of appointments and so forth.
Yes.
If you're willing to kind of put a little bit of work in, or contact a company that kind of uses this program.
There's a little bit of a learning curve on it, but nothing like other database programs.
But you know, I mean, we're talking that this program really has gone places. You've got magazines.
Oh yeah, they've got
FileMaker,
their own publications and
Marks the Spot. Okay, FileMaker.
User's guide for it.
And what I was also very impressed with, the website was very laid out to make it very easy to say to someone that has a little bit of computer knowledge, you don't go into this thing blind, okay? But if you have a little bit of computer knowledge, you can get this program and get up and running by creating your own contact management system, which results into your business. I need a sip.
Now, just to note, it will only run on Windows XP Service Pack 2, this version.
Okay, so I mean, you have to make sure you update it, but you could have multiple machines sharing the same table. So let's say a telemarketing firm, okay, or you want to start your own. All right, like, I mean, the success of my noodle company has taken off so much, I have to hire telemarketers. So now I need to have each telemarketer sign into a system, key in an order for my noodles. So they would go and actually key in. I want to actually, you know what the odd part is? I've lost my table, which is very odd for me. Tables. But they could go in, key in an order for you, your address, your phone number. You want my noodles, and then Joe wants my noodles.
So are you saying that it's possible
Owen wants my noodles.
Are you saying it's possible that, say, pizza delivery services or
you could use this,
and
you know what? I would hazard to guess they already are. I mean, if you want to find out more about this website, you go to filemaker.com. Download a demo of it, build a database, and if you like this show and you learn something, call Rogers, viewer response line, and tell them. I want to hear from you.
Call the Rogers Television Viewer Response Line at 905-436-3500 or visit our website with your comments.
Allison Schaefer, host of The Parenting Show. It's almost summer. You know what that means? The diapers are off and the potty training's on. Give me a call with your toilet training questions. Monday on The Parenting Show, live at 4 p.m.
Hi, I'm Les.